actually going to try to go to some of the little free libraries, but I wanted to show you what I'm unhauling that I have with me. We've got The Betrothed. I really only kept this because I love the end pages, but that's not a good enough reason to hold on to this forever and ever. It's a very pretty book, but I'm not going to reread it, and I'm not going to hold on to it. And I'm probably not going to read the second one either. So this one I was torn about because I really love the cover, and it was an interesting enough story. I did not tab it except for once, so that tells me that I'm probably not like dying to reread it, and I really don't care that much. So I'm going to go ahead and unhaul this. If the mood ever strikes me and I want to reread it, I'm sure I could track it down somehow, but it's getting unhauled. This one I'm not sure about, so I'm going to leave that one out. This one I had picked up at a little free library, but it's not a very good copy, and I'm just going to put it back and hope that something better comes along. Ooh, yeah, exactly. There's like a spider. Ooh. Absolutely not. So I'm just going to get rid of that. We don't need any book spiders. Ooh, anything else? This one, I don't remember at all. I know I read it in a reading blog. Couldn't tell you what it's about. I don't remember it enough to hold on to it. And if I really want to reread it, again, I can track it down. So Barefoot. This one was my favorite book when I was in middle school. And honestly, it's just pretty dark. Now that I'm an adult, I'm like, wow, this is where some of my insecurities and stress comes from. So I was glad to reread it, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. It does have a good ending, but I don't feel the need to hold on to it. Someone else can enjoy this story as much as I did when I was younger. This one I'm torn about because I really liked it when I read it, and it is a good clean read. I tapped it a little bit, but I haven't picked it up in several years. I read this for my first TBR Madness, and I don't remember that much about it, so I feel like it's not one that I'm dying to reread. I'm sensing a theme. If I am not actively planning to reread the books at any point in the future, I can probably get rid of them. This one I probably won't reread, even though it's really cute cover, and again, like I said, it's a good clean read, at least from what I remember. Soraya Wilson usually has decent books, I think, but I'm just not going to hold on to it forever, so that's gonna go. This one I am sad about because it's an Ellen Hilderbrand, the 5-star weekend. I was really looking forward to it. A very hyped book. I really love the inside. Got one of my sticky notes in there, but I really loved the inside, and that's why I've held on to it, because I still nothing can compare to the Hotel Nantucket in my mind and my heart. So this just doesn't compare, and I know a lot of people really love this, so I'm just gonna pass it on for someone who hopefully will really love it. Hopefully someone will be able to enjoy this and be really excited to find it. The Girl in the Blue Coat. This was a good read, honestly. I read it earlier in the year, but I just don't really think that it's one that I would go back to. It's not one of my favorites. I think that there are definitely some World War II stories that I like better, like The Nightingale or The Things We Cannot Say. And this one is just one that I was glad to read once, but I won't go back to, I don't think. Then I DNF'd this one, so I don't know anything about it, but it's Keep It in the Family, and it was just really too dark for me. I used to really love thrillers, but I just don't have an appetite for that anymore, so this is gonna go. The Island, I DNF'd this one. I just wasn't that interested in it, and it was a lot of like people wanting to be in relationships with people that they shouldn't be in a relationship with, and I just wasn't super fond of it, so that's gonna go. I also DNF'd this one. Don't remember why, but I'm sure I had a good reason. I read this one and I could not tell you the first thing about it. So it's A Week at the Shore. I think it was a good read. I just don't remember it. I think it was one of those. I did tab it, so clearly I enjoyed it somewhat. I just don't remember it. Not to say that you shouldn't read this. Yeah, I love the quotes though. I remember so much, but it's never enough, nor is it the same as what the others recall. I feel that in my soul. That is so hard when you like remember things that other people don't really seem to care about. I like that. Culture trips. That's a fun idea. I learned to hold firm when it really matters and to be flexible when it does not. Yeah, that's good. I love how I'm just reading the quotes to you. I haven't realized how high the stakes are. I haven't allowed myself to dwell on them, but now that I'm here, they hit me in the face. I want so much. I love that, actually. But I like that I'm reading it, so then I'll have the quote in this format if I ever, for whatever reason, go back and watch my videos, which I do sometimes just to see like what my videos were like in the past and like ones that did well versus didn't. Anyways, I'll have it in this video format. Some experiences are better experienced in the flesh. Some memories are better formed firsthand. And sitting here arm to arm, hip to hip with my daughter as the sun sets is one. That's so cute. Okay. I don't remember the story, but it has really good quotes. Without another word, we walk off in opposite directions, which is a metaphor if ever there was one. Yeah, been there. We said awful things to each other. We believed awful things of each other. People who are meant to be together don't fall apart like that. And he didn't chase me to New York, did he? It wasn't a question. Didn't contact me once all these years. Sad. There's a theoretical life and there's a real one. You're my real one. I love that. Really good quotes. I'm getting rid of the book. Hopefully someone else will enjoy it. And my tabs. All right, then we got The Little Village of Book Lovers. I really wanted to enjoy this one because it sounds very whimsical and fun. It's just very metaphorical and very confusing. If you like whimsical, thought-provoking, kind of don't really know what's going on kind of books, this is for you, but it was not for me, and I DNF'd it, so we'll be passing that one along. And then lastly, we have, this one was good, The Wedding by Nicholas Sparks. I'm glad to have read this. I do think the swan thing's a little weird, I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's a very cute story, and I actually like it better than The Notebook. I'm just not gonna hold on to it, but definitely recommend that you read this if you haven't, but I'm not gonna keep it. Anyways, in case you haven't gotten the theme, I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of books that I'm just not gonna reread, like I said earlier, and make some space in my life for things that I will use and will enjoy. Okay, Book Unhaul Part 2, I think. The Orthodox Church and Civil Society in Russia. This was a school book years ago. I don't think I will ever reread this, even though the class was really interesting and my study abroad trip in Russia was really fun and cool. I just don't plan to ever reread that. I'm gonna unhaul this just because of some opinions that this author has that aren't exactly biblical. And even though a lot of my schoolwork in college came from this book, I don't really want to read it from the author's perspective. I'll just refer to like my college notes and see what is of value from that. I think I did already share The Girl in the Blue Coat and The Paid Bridesmaid. Both of these I read and I enjoyed, but I don't plan to reread, so they can go. It's also very hot out, so I'm sorry, I'm gross right now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have my windows open so I won't be totally disgusting. I'm gonna get rid of Silver Bell Christmas. This was a nice Christmas story for Bookmas, but I don't really remember it at all, and I don't plan to reread it. So, last but not least, I also have these two, which are kind of sentimental, but do I need them? Not really. This one I bought in college. It's my little mini law dictionary. However, I have the like whole big official Black's Law Dictionary that I bought with some teacher money. When I actually went to law school, I had a parent of a child that I taught give me a gift card, and I bought like the regular dictionary with that. So I'd rather keep that than this that I bought with my own money. Even though it's small and cute and kind of sentimental, someone else might really need it. And so it's better off being used than with me. I'm gonna fan myself real fast. Okay, then we have Reading Like a Lawyer. I feel like after 3 years of law school and taking the bar exam twice, passing the bar exam and being licensed, I know how to read like a lawyer. I don't need the book anymore, but someone else might, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this on. I did keep one of the other like law school prep books, so I don't feel the need to hold on to all of them. I'm just keeping the one that I want to keep the most. Anyway, day 3 of my book unhaul. This is the 3rd set of books. I have here, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I can lift it, this massive bag. All of books. I'm going to get rid of these, and there are some that I'm not sure if I'm going to, but I'm just going to show you all of them and talk about whether I'm definitely getting rid of them, considering getting rid of them, want to read before I get rid of them, all the things. So first off, let's go with this stack here. Let's talk about this one first. I picked this up at a little free library because it was interesting to me at the time, and to be honest, if I had to choose any book in my collection to read like right away, this is probably one of the last ones I would pick. Nothing wrong with it. It sounds like a great story. I just don't think that I'm the right reader for this right now. So I'm going to pass it on to someone else. These two I got for free when I was organization leader, and I got these books for free, and I've never read them, and I'm sure they're great, but I don't even know if I'm going to read them, and I honestly kind of feel like it would be better to just pass them on for someone else to read. Yeah, so just 2 free books. This is another free book, Billy Graham, Where I Am. This is one of those that I would like to read before I unhaul, but I did put it in this collection of books because it's not one that I have picked up in the few years that I've owned it. The next book is also in that category, French Kids Eat Everything. This is a very interesting concept, and I picked this up at my 250 subscriber little free library haul and unhaul video, but I've never read it, and I really like the concept, but it's also one of those books that I feel like it's popular enough that I could find it at a library whenever I want to read it, so I don't think that I need my own copy. So I'm gonna probably be unhauling this. This was a small group book that we started going through when I was in law school. It's got a little, that's so cute, a little paper from when I taught in the kids ministry at that church. That was several years ago. Actually, I should just take that out so it doesn't get unhauled. But we never finished the book because the school year ended, and I have never picked it up, and it's been like 7 years. So I think it's time to go. I picked this one up last time. I think I did a little free library haul and unhaul. I just want to read it before I get rid of it. But I also feel like I might not end up reading it. I really love the cover. I think it's so fun, and I usually don't like covers where the author has a picture of himself on it, but I just feel like the font is so fun. I don't know. I'm going to put it in my stack of books that I want to read before unhauling, but it might just get unhauled. So I had great plans for this next one because I thought, well, if I can find the other books in the series, this would be great to own. However, I have not found them. And it is book 4 in the selection series, and I do want to read this series, but I need to read the first 3 books. So I feel like holding on to the 4th doesn't really make much sense since I have not found the other books. So I'm just going to get rid of this one, and if I want to read them, I can either buy or borrow them from the library. I am going to get rid of my copy of Insurgent, even though I really enjoyed my Divergent reading experience. The last 2 books of this series, well, the 3rd book and the prequel, I borrowed from the library, so I don't have those either. And I don't feel the need to hold on to this one and Divergent, so I'm just going to keep Divergent and get rid of this one. These next 3 I really, really enjoyed when I read them, but I just don't think that they are my reading taste anymore. And that is these 3. These were some really good reads that I read in 2022, I think, and I was really into them that fall, I want to say. First of all, Hairpin Bridge by Taylor Adams. This was so gripping, so truly thrilling. There is some kind of, I don't know, I would probably say gruesome. Some kind of, I don't remember the storyline, so I couldn't tell you if it's cruel or if it's just justice. I don't know, but there is some descriptive violence in this book that really flows along with the story, but it's kind of like a lot. I don't plan to ever reread it, but if you are looking for something that's really, truly thrilling, I think this is a good one. But if you want to avoid violence in your books, don't read this because there is some blood. Just gonna tell you that. It's just not my reading taste anymore, but it was several years ago. Enjoyed it, but I can part with it now. This one I'm on the fence about getting rid of because I really love the cover and I did like the story, but I just have not been very into thrillers the last few years. And so I feel like it's time that I can let go of some of these books. So The Nanny, this really honestly gave me Gilmore Girls vibes, but make it a thriller. And I don't think I need to say any more about that because I really don't remember the story, but I do remember the vibe. This is another one that I do recommend if you're into Gilmore Girls and thrillers. It's worth trying. It wasn't like the best thriller I ever read in my life, but I did enjoy the experience. Third, I'm on the fence about getting rid of this one because it's We Were Liars, and I feel like that is such, I don't know, I kind of feel like it's like a classic read, even though it's not a classic. It's just one of those books that I think everyone should read, not because it makes any sense at all, not because it's the best book of all time, but I just think it's a very interesting story. I didn't see the ending coming, really, and it kind of didn't make sense. But in the way that it didn't make sense, it made sense. Can't explain that at all, but I enjoyed it. This actually was featured in my YouTube BookTube profile picture at one point. You may have subscribed during that era. I don't know if I'm going to reread it ever, and I don't really feel the need to read the second book or the sequel or whatever it is, companion novel. I have no idea. So I'm torn. I don't know if I'll get rid of this one, but it is in my stack to unhaul. So I'm going to put it kind of at the bottom of the stack, but it is in there. All right, next are two that I definitely have already decided I'm going to get rid of, even though I like them and I want to have them. This was actually a gift. It's called How Do I Get Here by Christine Kane. It was a really good book. I love her books. I love her preaching, her messages. This is one that I'm like, do I get rid of it? I don't know. So I'm going to kind of put it at the bottom of the stack. But I also feel like this was kind of like a one-time read for me. I don't know. We'll see. I might unhaul it. I might not. But like I said before I showed you, I did decide to unhaul it. So I really should probably go with that. But I always question it. Okay. Wondersmith. I started reading this series. This is from the Nevermore series. And I never finished it. Honestly, don't think I'm going to. Maybe I will, but it's been years and I haven't picked up the third book. So it's one of those things where this is the only book in the series that I have, and it's the second book. I don't need to hold on to this whole big book if I'm not going to own the series and or complete the series. So this can go. It's a really nice copy too, so I feel like anybody who's looking for that would be really thrilled. This one I'm also torn because it has a really cute nativity selection in the story, but I didn't like the other selections in the book, so it's not that I didn't like them, they just weren't as cute as some of my other Christmas books, so I'm like, this can find a new home, so unhaul it that. Alright, we've got a few more. I'll just start with like the top. I've read these recently, and did I talk about them in a video? Couldn't tell you. I actually have no idea. I might have filmed a video that never went up. I might have talked about these in a vlog that went up and I don't remember it. Don't know. I've been really off my BookTube game. But anyways, The Nanny Diaries, great one and done read, but I don't plan to reread it. I do love the cover. I think it's so cute, but this is not a book that I want to hold on to forever and ever. Don't plan to reread it. As a former nanny, I very much appreciated the content and the struggles that she went through. It's just a very unique experience, but I'm not going to reread it. So I'm going to pass that on. And then this copy of The Hunger Games I did read, and I have kind of been in like Hunger Games re-obsession, and it's not super healthy. So I need to unhaul this again. I owned the books previously and I unhauled them. Have this one again. Just wanted to read the book. I read I did not read them. I skimmed Catching Fire and Mockingjay on ebook, and so I feel like I've gotten that fixed. I would like to read the prequels, but I also kind of don't really care that much to read them. I know everyone says they're really good, but I don't know. I don't know if I care because I've watched kind of the videos and the movie clips and all of that. So at least what's available thus far. I don't know if I care to read them. These two are like leadership books that I wanted to read, but I have not gotten to the other leadership books that I want to read more. So I just feel like I'm holding on to these books for no reason. It's just taking forever to get through them. So I think these two can go. I really kind of wanted to read them, but if I'm not getting through the other ones that I have that I want to read even more, then there's no reason to hold on to extras. So this is going to go. I also have this book by Ben Carson. Even though I really love his story and I like his books, I just don't feel the need to read this, unfortunately. Although it has pictures, and I love a book with pictures. That's so fun. I love his story, though, and how his mom, like, really encouraged him and his brother to read a lot when they were kids and they were in school, and how it got him to where he is today. Like, that's so wild that reading really can open up a kid's world, and I love that so much. So I love his story, but I'm not going to read the book, probably. This one I also got for free. It's called Breaking Cover. I don't remember who it's about. I don't remember anything about it. So I'm just going to unhaul it, and hopefully someone who's really, really interested can enjoy it. And that's everything. That's the last book. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 books in the part 3 of this book unhaul. So I feel like it's been really successful. I have been switching out a lot of the books that I'm unhauling with like teacher books. Oh, I have a better idea of like the level books that I'm looking for, so I can switch some out now. So this is the end of the video. I've been filming this for a couple weeks. That's the end of the video, so I will talk to you all next time. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I don't know what the next video will be. It will probably either be my little free library video, or it's going to be reading my classroom library in 48 hours. If you guys vote for that, I put a poll on my channel. You can let me know if you want to see that. That's everything. I'll talk to you all next time. Make sure you subscribe so we can get to 1,000 subscribers. And that's everything. Thank you for being here. Bye.